When somebody show you who they are, believe them. This is between you and I'm Big Rome. Let's talk about this. Why we do this? Why we tend to stick to the assumption or the fantasy that we thought of somebody, even after they show us who they really are. Who are we to tell them or to tell ourselves that they're not that person? If they show you who they are, then that's who they are. They're not lying to you. They're showing you the truth. That's who they are. We have to call a spade, and we got to treat the spade as if it's a spade. Don't treat it as if it's a heart. No, that's where we go wrong at. And that's where we've been going wrong at. For example, it could be a woman and she's in a relationship with a man. And then one day, he decides to get abusive with her, to put his hands on her physically. If she looks at it as if, oh yeah, this is not really who he is. I know him, right? Even though it's apparent that this guy either have a anger problem or he beats on women. Or it could even be both of those. Even though he showed her who he is, she still don't believe it. She's stuck on this fantasy idea. She don't want to believe that's him. So anyway, they continue to go on a relationship. He beats on her again for a second time. She let it go. Third time. Fourth time, and it continues until he beats her to the point that she winds up into a hospital. Why? Why I gotta get to that point? The guy been showing her who he is for the longest. It was not even the first time this guy done this to her. He been showing her who he is. But she's been in denial. She's stuck in this fantasy or this assumption of who he is. Now, between you and I, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. Call a spade, and treat that spade as a spade. So that means if you could kick that person out your life, you do so. But there's times you can't kick someone out your life. For example, maybe a coworker. So what you do is you treat the spade as a spade. If you have a coworker and you notice that this coworker, he or she, talks behind people's back in a bad way and like to spread gossip, what that means? That means you stay away from that person as far even having your information to even fall into that person's ears or even eyes. Stay away from that person. And also, if you have information that do come across to that person, just know that that person just might spread it. That's who they are. They showed it. Who are you to say, oh, that's not who they are? That's who they are. They showed it. That's the person. Don't be in denial. If a person show you who they are, believe it. Start doing that. Just have that philosophy. It just might save you from potential headaches and heartaches because you played your cards right. You treated the spade as a spade. Between you and I, the next time somebody show you who they are, believe them. And if they show you who they are in a bad way, make sure you kick them out your life. Or if you decide to keep them in your life, or you don't even have a choice, treat the spade as a spade. So treat them for who they are. This is between you and I. And I'm Big Rome. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love and peace. One love.